ARMY shocked. Jungkook delivered an emotional message. Jimin immediately fell silent. It wasn't a big concert that night. Not a massive live broadcast. Just a simple video of short duration but enough to make millions of ARMY around the world fell silent in the same silence. Jungkook, in casual clothes and a familiar studio setting, delivered a message no one expected. Not a promotion, not a comeback announcement, but a confession that sounds like it's about time. In the footage, Jungkook begins with a small smile, then takes a short breath as if choosing words carefully. There are a lot of things that I have been hiding all this time. But as I grew older, I realized not everything has to be hidden. Suddenly, the mood changed. His tone was quiet, almost trembling. His gaze is no longer to the camera, but as through the screen, looking for someone who might already know what that means. Some of the songs I've written will never be officially released, because those songs are not for the industry, but for someone who has been with me for a long time. Who knows when I'm silent, I'm screaming in my heart. ARMY around the world immediately flooded the comments column with speculation. But what caught the most attention was not only the content of the message, but Jimin's reaction, which appeared about 2 hours after the video aired. He didn't write long, not responding via Live or Weverse. He only uploaded one photo, the night sky, with a short caption, "I see the same sky." Just so. But enough to make everything explode. Some fans noticed that before the video was released, Jungkook and Jimin were rumored to be in the same location, a small studio in Seoul, where they often record songs together in secret. Later, an anonymous staffer mentioned that the night before the video aired, Jimin and Jungkook talked face-to-face for over an hour and came out of the studio with puffy eyes. No one knows for sure the content of the conversation. But the video of Jungkook and Jimin's response feels too cut up to be a mere coincidence. There's something personal. Something that only they and a few people in BTS's inner circle know about. ARMY reaction was split. Many were moved, feeling that this was one of the most candid moments Jungkook had ever shared publicly. Some refer to it as a message of love that is not spoken directly, while others see it as a marker of a major change in BTS's internal dynamics, especially the relationship between Jungkook and Jimin. For some reason, I feel like I'm peeking at something I shouldn't be looking at, one ARMY member wrote on Twitter, but at the same time, I can't stop rewatching it. HYBE has not yet given an official statement regarding this video or Jimin's upload. However, internal sources said that the duet project between Jimin and Jungkook will most likely be announced before the end of the year, and that they have recorded several songs whose lyrics are much more personal than before. If so, then Jungkook's emotional message that night could have been more than just a greeting. Rather, it opens the way to something bigger, deeper, and more honest of the two. It didn't take long for a short video of Jungkook and Jimin's response to spread everywhere. Trending on X, Twitter, Weverse is full of digital cries, and community forums are bursting with theories. But what many do not realize is, HYBE began to look panicked. According to an internal employee who declined to be named, HYBE headquarters received more than 13,000 fan emails in just 24 hours after the upload appeared. Some questioned the meaning of the message. Some urged HYBE not to get in the way of the personal projects of the two. "We didn't know they were going to upload it at the same time," he said. To be honest, there were big plans behind the scenes, and now everyone found out earlier than expected. Since early 2025, rumors about Jimin and Jungkook's collaboration have been circulating in limited circles of the Korean music industry. Several well-known producers, including one of the composers of past BTS songs, had leaked that there were a number of recordings that were not included in each member's solo album because it was designed for Jungkook's special project. Interestingly, the source said that the songs have a different style from their image so far. Darker, more emotional, and more honest. You will hear Jungkook and Jimin's voices on a level you never imagined. "It's not about good songs, it's a form of expression of feelings," he said. And apparently, Jungkook's video full of implicit messages is part of a slow but deep strategy, one that starts from the heart, not advertising. One thing that bothered the ARMY the most was, why didn't Jimin say a word? It is the night sky, but it is not the night sky. nor is it the night sky. But for Jimin's longtime fans, his silence is louder than words. Jimin always expresses himself subtly. If she cries, she'll do it behind the scenes. If he loves, he will protect her in silence, wrote one famous fan site. The photo of the night sky, if you look closely, was posted at exactly 2:13 in the morning. Figures refer to BTS's debut date, June 13th. A code? A clue? Or a message for Jungkook? The uproar was even greater when on the same day, Bruno Mars uploaded an eye emoji on his Instagram, then immediately deleted it. Comments from ARMY immediately flooded his previous post, asking if he would be involved in Jimin and Jungkook's project. These rumors are not new. A few months ago, an audio engineer from Los Angeles mentioned that he was working on a big Korean-American collaboration with a distinctively colored male vocalist and a soft yet powerful vibe. Many guessed it was Jungkook and Jimin with Bruno Mars. If true, then their first live will be history, wrote a Korean music critic on the K-pop Herald Forum. One interesting thing is, none of the other BTS members commented on Jungkook or Jimin's post. Both Taehyung, RM, Jin, Suga, and J-Hope chose to remain silent, but observant fans caught one little thing. On the night the video aired, J-Hope was seen liking a fan art depicting Jungkook and Jimin standing in the rain with the caption, "No need to say much, just trust each other." It is not clear whether it was a coincidence or a form of tacit support. But one thing is certain, the silence of the other members confirms that this is not an ordinary moment. The biggest question now is Jungkook's emotional project a sign of a new direction for BTS? Or a personal project that remains in a private space? Some music analysts state that the era of the dominant group is beginning to change. BTS members are now more personal, and this kind of emotional collaboration might be a new form of bonding, not in a 7-person stage, but in these couples understand each other more deeply, and for Jimin and Jungkook, their relationship can no longer just be called group mates. There is silence that fills each other. There is a view that does not need narration. There is music that is born from the feeling of grasping each other in silence. One video. One sentence. One look. But it's enough to make millions of hearts pound together. Because when someone like Jungkook speaks from the depths of his heart and Jimin responds with meaningful silence, the world knows that it is not just friendship on stage, but that story goes much deeper than anything else that can be said. That night, the world witnessed, love doesn't always need a lot of words. Sometimes, just one message and someone understands.